Welcome everyone. Today I'm diving into the complex and turbulent history of Syria, from the rise of Hafez al-Assad to the fall of his son Bashar al-Assad. Let's start back in 1970. Hafez al-Assad seized power through a military coup known as the Corrective Movement. He established a totalitarian regime heavily relying on the Ba'ath Party and a robust security apparatus. Hafez's rule was marked by brutal control, exemplified by the Hama massacre in 1982, where thousands were killed during the suppression of a Muslim Brotherhood uprising. On the international stage, Hafez supported anti-Israel movements and intervened in the Lebanese civil war, bolstering Syria's regional influence. Fast forward to the year 2000. Bashar al-Assad took over after Hafez's death. Initially there was hope for reform during the short-lived Damascus Spring. However, these aspirations were quickly snuffed out as the regime suppressed calls for political change. Now let's talk about the Syrian Revolution, which kicked off in 2011. It all began with protests in Dara demanding political reform and an end to corruption. The regime responded with violent repression, turning these protests into a full-blown revolution. By 2012, the revolution had militarized, with the formation of the Free Syrian Army and military defections. International involvement played a significant role in the conflict. Russia and Iran provided crucial support to the Assad regime, while countries like Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar backed the opposition. A US-led coalition focused on combating ISIS. The humanitarian crisis that ensued was catastrophic, marked by war crimes, mass displacement, and widespread suffering. Opposition forces managed to gain control over significant areas, particularly in the north and south. The emergence of ISIS further complicated the situation, seizing large territories in Syria and Iraq. Kurdish forces, backed by the international coalition, emerged as key players in the fight against ISIS, securing control over northeastern Syria. Despite overwhelming odds, the Assad regime, with the support of Russia and Iran, regained control of most areas by 2024. However, some regions remained outside their grasp, like Idlib and the northwest, controlled by Turkish-backed opposition, and the northeast, administered by Kurdish forces. But on December 8, 2024, a large-scale offensive led by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham and other opposition factions resulted in the fall of Damascus and the Assad regime. Bashar al-Assad fled to Russia, where he was granted asylum. This marked the end of the Assad family's decades-long rule and opened a new chapter in Syria's history. Following the regime's fall, discussions began on implementing UN Security Council Resolution 2254 for a political transition. Internationally, reactions varied. France welcomed the change, while Iran advocated for national dialogue to form an inclusive government. Domestically, there was widespread jubilation and the release of political prisoners, yet Syria now faces immense challenges: economic instability, the need for reconstruction, and the daunting task of building an inclusive political system. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth analyses and updates on global events. Take care, and see you next time.